Hey guys, welcome back to the range. Today I'm running the Overland course with my suppressed 11.5, and I wanted to cover some stuff with you guys. Back when I got into optics, the United States government had asked manufacturers to submit optics that were ruggedized, that had decent battery life, and all the manufacturers stepped up. If I remember correctly, the one that actually won the trials was the Insight Technologies MRDS. Yeah, MRDS, which ironically is what's on my logo. The little chuckles that you see on my hearing protection is actually made from an image that was made of me. My son took this photograph years ago. And on that rifle, you actually see an MRDS. The MRDS became an optic that I ended up adopting. Didn't have any problem with it. I knew that I was kind of like swimming against the tide. And I will tell you this, I'm truly surprised that the MRDS actually became a thing, because it was made of polymer, the lens was made of polymer, and was highly susceptible to scratching. Now I have my own theories about why that's a thing, you know, meaning why it won over the Micro T1 from Aimpoint, which, guys, the Micro T1 is the standard upon which all modern day optics have drawn their knowledge from. That is a phenomenal optic. But anyways, the MRDS, in my estimation, is an optic that really did well, but it lacked a lot because, like I said, it was made of polymer, and it also tended to scratch easily. The lens did, to such a degree that when you went to clean it, if you didn't pre-soak it to soften everything before you took a Q-tip that was also wet with either soapy water or diluted 70% alcohol, and very gently rolled on it, then you would end up scratching the optic. And it was one of those deals where you just basically were like, I'm cool with it. Tony, one of my viewers, actually has two of my MRDSs, because I ended up selling them years ago when I went to the RMRs and the T1s. But anyways, the MRDS, what mag is that? Okay. Wait a minute, gotta make sure I have a training mag, okay. The MRDS was the optic that introduced me to the world of red dots. And once you go red dot, you never go back. Red dots totally change your life. You end up seeing all things shooting from an entirely different point of view, because now you're no longer aiming, you're quite literally just reacting. You're looking at the threat and you're just reacting to it. And so what you end up with is an effect where you see a threat, you fixate on that threat, and your eyes are locked on it, and now your rifle bisects the line between the threat and your eyes. And you bring it up, flip the safety, and work the trigger, as opposed to target fixation, gun up, front sight, rear sight, equal light, equal height, work the trigger. If you're talking inside of, you know, the 25-yard range, a lot of that's point shooting. But if you're talking about outside of that range and 300 yards, which is what you guys see me doing on a regular basis out here, you have to know where your hits are. The other thing is, I just did battery maintenance yesterday on all of my optics, all my RMRs, and I have several, and my Aimpoint all got brand new 2032 batteries yesterday. And what I do is I leave the optic in place, I undo the two screws, which are torqued at exactly 15 inch-pounds using a Wheeler, I think it is, Wheeler Fats wrench, and it comes off. This is a Scholar Works low mount. It comes off. Flip it over, pop out the battery, toss it in the trash, get a new battery, and I mark 1123, 1123, November 2023. And that tells me that November 2024, that battery has to go and the new one goes in place. I actually used to mark it the other way. I used to mark when the battery needed to be changed, and I started finding that I was causing too much confusion. So now I know that the number that I see is the number of when that battery went into service. So it's on the battery with a fine Sharpie. It's also on the optic externally, so that I know just visually looking at the optic when the battery has to go. It's a couple of bucks. Well, not a couple of bucks. It's several bucks. I think they're less than 20 for a pack of 6. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, seriously, guys, what's your life worth? What's the life of your loved ones worth? I mean, tell me that it's $30 for batteries, and I'll still do it. I don't care. It's just money. I went through across the board yesterday, and what I'm going to do here in just a couple of minutes when I finish loading up, I'm going to take a shot at 300 yards with this gun, with this optic, cold bore. Haven't fired this gun since I swapped out the battery yesterday, just to show you that whole crazy fascination that people have with, oh, you're going to have to re-zero your RMR when you take the battery off, blah, blah, blah. Guys, that doesn't matter. Most especially at the bad breath range where a majority of people are running these on handguns. Trust me, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you that at 300 yards, I'll be able to hit that target. Maybe not on the first shot, because the wind is blowing pretty stiff today, but I will be able to hit that target. That's a man-sized target. The reason this matters is if you are using calibrated tools to work on your firearms, when that battery goes back in, it's exactly 15 inch-pounds all over again. Every time the optic comes off the mount and goes back on the mount, it's exactly 15 inch-pounds. And when I zeroed this gun at 100 yards, I gave it the tightest zero that I could get, so that if anything ever changed, the gun was always going to be able to outshoot my ability to stand still. So I'm going to finish getting loaded up, and I'll show this to you guys. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you find. All right, here's for hoping I don't embarrass myself. Oh my goodness, you can't make this stuff up. Okay, you know what? One more, let's try. Oh, I should have stopped it too. It went right over his shoulder. You can see that in the dirt. That was good though. That was good. All right guys, seriously, I hope I proved the point for you. 300 yards, aiming here, because the dot is roughly the size of the guy's head at 300 yards. Aiming there, and I know it's going to hit like somewhere around here. So aiming at his head at 300 yards, gets high central chest hit, and seriously guys, it just 11 and a half with a suppressor. You'll notice I'm holding the can. Okay, this gun has not had a bunch of rounds put through it so I could like walk my rounds in to make an accurate hit for you guys. All right, I was able to get that done like that. Why? Because I know that when I'm working with accurate tools and I'm working with a good optic, good ammo, accurate tools, and a really good base, Glockworks makes dynamite world-class bases, and they're very light too. You're gonna get a weapon that's capable of outshooting your ability to hold still. So we will end it right there because the point has been made. Guys, don't overthink this stuff. There are way too many people here on the interwebs whose job it is to sell you stuff, and they use fear, and they use maybe fear is not the best word. They use coercion to get you to buy things, when in reality what you need more than anything else is simplicity. That's all you need, is simplicity. So guys, get out there, do good work, put the time in, put the effort in on the range, and you'll never regret it. As always, Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your sling purchases and for your donations to keep this channel financially solvent, and also to keep me free from corporate intrusions, because guys, it really matters. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one. That was fun.